Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and there's some data that the XRP community in general has been talking about quite a bit on the Twitters. XRP wallets speed up accumulation of XRP. There's a headline here from a crypto media outlet U.Today. Now, a lot of individuals are saying, hey, this is no coincidence. There's something to this. This is certainly an indication that something really neat, really positive is going on with XRP in general. And a lot of people are assuming that that's going to result in a meteoric rise in terms of price action. There's one prominent member of the XRP community that says, not so fast. Let's dig into this a little bit further, so I'll share with you the specifics on that. I've also got this piece from Daily Hodl, which I found interesting. And this comes from Pantera Capital. Bitcoin set to begin meteoric bull run, but will Ethereum and certain altcoins outperform Bitcoin? XRP could be one of those, right? It's towards the top. But before we go any further here, if you would please delicately tap that like button, you know I'd certainly appreciate it. It helps out the Moon Lambo channel. It makes sure that we stay very moony and very Lambo-y. That's good stuff. And also, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel. It does a body good. If you don't believe me, ask your doctor to receive confirmation. So here we go. Largest XRP wallet speed up accumulation. Is XRP price rally near? Well, according to data provided by Ledger.Exposed, the website created by XRPL Labs developer Wietse Wind, XRP whales recently went on an accumulation spree. I like this site. I love tracking this stuff. It's fun. Plus, one of the things that you can do, and you should do this for fun if you haven't yet, you can actually plug in your XRP wallet address, and it'll tell you where you rank relative to every other XRP account on the entire planet in terms of percent. It's just kind of fun to look at. Now, they also warn on this site, don't go bragging about it. Like, you can make yourself a target, so it's a bad idea to publicly state how much XRP you have. So maybe stay humble. You know, you don't need to get all braggy. Just saying, you do you. But I certainly would never tell people publicly how much XRP I have. And that doesn't mean that I have a little or a lot. It just means I'm not going to say. Really, the answer is, I like Alex Cobb's answer. When he used to get asked that, he'd say, how much XRP do I have? Not enough. I think that's pretty good. Anyway, so a tweet from Mark Phillips. He wrote, there is some serious XRP accumulation among the largest wallets. Thanks, as always, to Wietse Wind for the stats. And you can see this right here, so I'll pull up the actual Ledger.Exposed website. And this is what they're talking about right now, where I am circling my mouse at this moment. So it looks like the top 0.5% of accounts went on a little bit of a buying spree. Yeah, I got a little spendy here with some XRP. That's what it appears. So let's run through this, and I'll give you perspective from a couple individuals here. As of now, in order to join the ranks of the richest XRP whales, which is 0.01% of the total addresses, one has to accrue 23.2 million XRP worth today about $4.4 million. Now, over the past 10 months, the threshold for joining the tiniest fraction of XRP holders skyrocketed by roughly 64%. XRP has one of the highest levels of wealth inequality among the biggest cryptocurrencies, with whales controlling more than 85% of its supply. Whatever. I mean, I'd like to see how they calculate that, though. I mean, what about that, 1 million coins that apparently Satoshi has? 1 million bitcoins, huh? Anyway, becoming a 1%er, however, is not that challenging for an XRP holder, since it only takes 80,000 XRP, which is $14,448. So it's not like it's chump change to the average individual, but it's doable. You can be a 1%er. How about that? I'll tell you what, that's definitely something. Although, some of you out there, just a fun side note, you're already 1%ers and you don't know it. Did you know that to be in the 1% of income earners on the entire planet, you only need to make something like, it's around $32,000. Did you know that? And you're a 1%er relative to everybody else on the entire planet. Don't believe me? Go ahead and look it up. I am not joshing you here. I am being for realsies. So what's going on here? Well, Galgatron retweeted this from Bordeaux XRP. Bordeaux XRP wrote, do you guys see this? XRP rich list, XRP community top accounts are accumulating like never! Exclamation point. So he means like never before. Galgatron retweeted that and wrote the following. Regarding these spikes, the charts are lying to you because the scale is so small. Look at the numbers. It's barely any change at all. And so I think the point that he's ultimately making is that graphically it looks significant, but in terms of actual changes numerically, not that particularly huge. So let me scroll a little bit further. Somebody named Feek, I don't know, F-I-I-K. Oh, hold on. Sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but my pet peeve was my 5-year-old terrier mix. She's so sweet. She's just laying here next to me chewing on a rawhide, and then she lost it, and I had to hand it to her. Sorry for the break in content there, but it's worth it. She's a cute dog. You guys will give me a pass on that, right? Anyway, so Fick wrote, "Not the charts line, misinterpretation of results." Galgatron responded to that, "I'm sticking with line based upon the default assumptions that are drawn." And Fick responded, "Default assumptions that are drawn sounds eerily similar to misinterpretation of results. So, charts are lying based on misinterpretation of results." It says Saw's mate. I don't know what that means, unless SOZ stands for something I'm just unaware of. Bored and pedantic. So there you go. Galgatron has more to say, though, so let me share this with you. So, Mr. Use Case on the Twitters here wrote, "It's barely an increase indeed, but it did spike a little recently after being flat, perhaps from Pay ID news." Galgatron responded, "A single payment could have created that." Inebriated Monk wrote, "It's an average of all those accounts over 3 months, and some of them moved a lot. It's not a lie." Galgatron wrote, "It's not an average. It's the entry point to said category." Inebriated Monk responded, "So I added it all up, and there's roughly 5.1 billion XRP in the 0.1% bracket. That's a lot of XRP." And so I think he explained a little bit more, I think further down. I might have to go to the next tab. I'm trying to recall here. Maybe I do have to go to the next one. Sorry. Yeah, I think so. All right, I'll jump over here. Actually, before I do that, I did like this one too. So somebody named XRP Pizza for Dinner. I like that name. Pizza for Dinner. He wrote, "Thank you," and this is in response to Galgatron's original tweet here. "I've not seen a single person interpret these charts correctly," so he seems to agree. "Most of the change is a function of the benchmark account shifting around based on new accounts being added to the total." And so then he writes, 10,000 new XRP wallets equals 1 new wallet in the 0.001%. I will say that I've watched the top 100 accounts percent dominance drop from 75% down to 69% in the past couple of months. That seems more significant to me. So they are on the same page here. Now, funny enough, this topic came up in a thread that I started unrelated to this, so I'm not going to delve into the original content of the thread, but somebody just asked Galgatron a question about the ledger.expose data and wrote, what's your thoughts? Top accounts going straight up, and as far as the reason for this. Galgatron wrote, "No idea, could be exchanges or accumulation by whales, but impossible to know." Somebody then responded, "It kills me holding in the urge to speculate. Market makers, governments, banks, something mysterious is happening in the desert." And that's when Galgatron responded, retweeted his previous tweet saying that the charts are lying to you. And then this. Now this gets interesting. So somebody named Dodler for XRP wrote, "Yes, but look at the second graph. 260,000 in April, just before the spike. It's down to about 245,000, then up to 275,000. So that's an average for 30K. That's 30,000 per wallet in that class, added in 24 to 36 hours. The most standing out is timing off all three, taking off together, follow the money." Galgatron disagrees, though, and he wrote, "You can't say 30,000 per wallet because that's not what actually happened. You can say a few top wallets increased." And so they dig in further, though. And so Dodler for XRP responded, "I would think wallets holding money of that amount, which you would have to refer to the other list, all of them went up in an average of the 30,000, which looks to be, for that category, just over 300 wallets, for wallets holding that amount of XRP. That's my interpretation." Galgatron clearly disagrees, and he wrote, "No, a couple wallets in the bottom of that category could have accumulated and moved to the top, and then those accounts that were originally above them become the new bottom for that category." So a few actors could certainly cause this. I mean, it's still interesting that they all spike like that, but if the way Galgatron seems to be thinking is indeed correct, then it could have just been the case accounts bumping up, resulting in this from one bracket to the next. So who knows? I mean, we don't know for sure exactly who was that player, but that's why it's a fun topic for conversation, and I like it when people have different viewpoints. We get to kind of pick it apart, and you can just kind of decide what you think about it. I don't have enough evidence to have a firm opinion regardless, and you know me. I tend to not have firm opinions unless I have very good reason. Otherwise, I'll just say things like, I suspect this is the case, so-and-so. In this case, I don't know that I have enough information to really even say that. But in terms of meteoric rise in terms of cryptocurrency price, how about some XRP? Well, we're going to dive into this piece now from Daily Hodl. The crypto-focused venture firm Pantera Capital just released its latest outlook on Bitcoin and the overall crypto markets. In a note to investors, CEO Dan Morehead says he expects an ongoing tidal wave of money printing to boost Bitcoin as investors search for assets with a fixed supply. And here's a quote. That tsunami of money will have a large impact on many things. In our market, it seems inevitable that it will push up the price of fixed quantity things like Bitcoin. If there are trillions more paper dollars, the law of supply and demand implies much more paper money to buy the same amount of cryptocurrency. Interesting. It's like that concept. There's always a bull market somewhere. So even if the U.S. dollar is being debased by all this quantitative easing, which is it's money printing, that's what quantitative easing is. Again, there's a bull market somewhere. So if that goes down, it can flow into a different asset class. So fine, U.S. dollar looks like it's getting debased. But cryptocurrency prices, as a result, you could be right. It could go up. And I'm not offering financial advice. I don't have a financial background. I'm just kind of talking through this because it's fascinating, right? It's reasonable to speculate about that, I think. But Pantera's analysis shows Bitcoin targeting $150,000 by August of next year. Now, that would be something. XRP, along with every other altcoin, follows Bitcoin, so you could just imagine what that might look like. Even if XRP lags behind, as was the case for pretty much all of 2017, you had that huge run-up for Bitcoin and a lot of other cryptocurrencies, and then XRP, it seemed more or less flat for like just a crazy amount of time while all that additional action was happening. But historically, that seems to be how XRP just behaves. But and then they continue. As for the altcoin market, Pantera co-chief investment officer Joey Krug points out a number of coins have outperformed Bitcoin's 34% gains this year, including a 98% rise in OX. I don't know what that is, honestly. I feel like I might have heard of it. I do not know what it is. And then parentheses, I guess it's ZRX. Okay. Then there's a 97% surge in Augur and an 88% jump in Ethereum. It's a trend that Pantera expects to continue in a new bull cycle. And here's another quote. During cryptocurrency bull markets, we expect assets outside of Bitcoin, so altcoins or alts, to outperform. Historically, alts haven't outperformed until mid to late in the bull cycle. How about that? That does tend to be true. And out of all those that perform later on, XRP, like historically anyway, has waited the longest. I think it's really going to make some people that haven't analyzed the data a little bit nervous. And you saw this in 2017 too. I saw it like days before XRP rallied from 20-something cents to almost $4. I was watching YouTube videos of people talking about how XRP's just not doing anything. I'm just gonna sell it. And they're like, yeah. And some are like, yeah, I just sold. I had to get out. It's just not doing anything. Famous last words, my friend. That's why for me, I don't try and time markets. I'm just going to sit here and hold. But anyway, the quote continues. For instance, from January 1st, 2016 to December 31st, 2016, Bitcoin's share of the market dropped from 91% to 87%, but by the end of 2017, it was down to 38%. It's currently sitting at 65%. The implication here is that over time, we expect the performance gap between alts and Bitcoin to widen over the course of the next year, with alts outperforming. So effectively what they're talking about here is alt season. Now, according to Krug, another boom for initial coin offerings is unlikely to happen, and coins will need to prove their utility this time around. The firm's multi-currency hedge fund is currently outperforming Bitcoin by about 20%. It's a fun ride, guys. We'll see what happens. But that's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!